Right guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm talking about my FPL team and what my FPL team was last week, the points that we kind of got, and what my FPL team's going to look like next week. Now, being as I went on holiday last week, I did make some small changes before the game week started, mainly because T&E on it said that he was lacking match fitness, so I thought instead of risking it because he was only 75% going to play, I changed him for Zinchenko because they were worth the same amount of money, and I'd assume that he would play instead of Zinchenko. Oh, instead of T&E, I mean. So I put Zinchenko in instead of T&E, which ended up being a great shout. As you can probably see, I'll put my team on the screen now. It wasn't bad. Like, let's be real here. I've got 69 points when the average is 57. It's not bad, but it's not great. Edison, decent. Got 7 points, Cancelo 7 points, Reece James 7 points, Zinchenko 12 points, Salah 24 points because he was captain, and that was kind of where like the good ones ended. The thing that ruined me this week, this is just a bit of a review. I'm doing a bit of a review of last week and the points we got and stuff like that. The bit that did me in was Harry Kane, out of 4 Tottenham goals, which is crazy to say, he did not get anything. Not a goal, not an assist, out of 4 Tottenham goals, which seems impossible. If someone tells you that Harry Kane has not scored or assisted a goal when Tottenham have scored 4 goals, I think I wouldn't believe them. Because you'd always think Tottenham's involved. Like, well, Harry Kane's involved with Tottenham's goals, right? He just wasn't. And I'm grateful I didn't captain him. However, I should have had Haaland. And I really do apologise for disrespecting Haaland. And now I can't even get him because he's gone up 0.1. Which I was going to transfer him quickly. I tried doing it, but he'd already gone up 0.1. Very disappointing. Then the other thing that let me down was Liverpool. Liverpool were poor, man. Like, they were poor in that game. Salah did good. Trent, 1 point. And Luis Diaz, 2 points. Luis Diaz scored an offside goal and hit the post. And I was like, I was watching it and I was thinking, why can you not just get me a goal, man? If he could have just scored one, it would have helped me get like a lot better score there. I wanted, like, realistically every week I want about 75, and it's kind of like, if Liverpool weren't so bad, I could have got that. I'm not complaining about Gabby Jesus because Gabby Jesus did really well. It's just that he didn't score or assist, but he did really well, so I'm not too upset about that. And he's only like an £8 million like striker. He's just my second striker. It's a bit disappointing Kane and him didn't do anything, but what can you do? And another good thing is all of my bench played, right? So I expected Williams to play. I expected Andreas Pereira to play. I did not expect Archer to play for Aston Villa. He was just a 4.5 striker. I thought he wouldn't play. He did. Little bonus there. And then we also got Danny Ward, who is a £4 million goalkeeper, who did actually play as well. Because as we all know, as I'm a Leicester fan, they did sell Schmeichel. So, yeah. No, the bench didn't do particularly well, but it's good that they played. Because it means that the bench, even though it's quite cheap, I can still get points if I really needed to off it. Then you also have Bruno Guimaraes. I was watching Match of the Day, and their analysis was that he was like the best player on the pitch. Still only got me 3 points, so was it worth it? I thought Bruno did alright. I don't know if I'll keep him. He's not that expensive, so it's not a bad one to keep in there. Neto. Don't really expect Neto to ever do anything. Wolves were quite poor in the end of that game. But it is what it is. We're just going to keep it rolling with that. And let's move on to next week's team. Now, next week's team is going to be quite similar to what it was this time. Mainly because I don't want to make a transfer this early. I want to try and keep it for at least like this week as well. So it's pretty much going to be the same team unless I see like a really good thing that I could trade for. So starting off in goal, I've got Edison. I'll go through the players by their teams. So I've got Edison and Cancelo from Man City, who are playing Bournemouth. Now, obviously, in an amazing world, I'd like to get Haaland, but he's gone up 0.1, and I'm not taking like 2 hits on a first week. I think not. I'll back Kane against Chelsea, you know. But I'll go Cancelo, Edison, and yeah, that's what I think I'll go for. I think I'll go then for my Liverpool players. So I'll still go Trent, I'll go Luis Diaz, and I'll go Salah. Probably Salah captain again, if I were to be honest. A lot of people are probably going to have Haaland captain next week, which is a bit of a shame because if he scores 2 or 3, then I'm in the bin essentially. Because he's the thing that kept me away from like that top % of being like really good. So it's a bit frustrating that I didn't back him, but we move on. I'll stop talking about it now, even though it's upsetting me. So they're playing Crystal Palace. Good game for them. Zinchenko and Gabby Jesus playing Leicester. Great game for them. We'll probably lose 2-0. That's my early prediction for that. But I think Zinchenko is he could easily get a clean sheet there. Gabby Jesus, the poor defence of Leicester. All you have to do is stand on Daniel Amati, mate, and you'll score about 10. So just do that. Even Brentford could score against us. So just do that, Gabby Jesus, and you're going to score loads. So I think he has a good chance of getting a goal or assist there. Bruno against Brighton. Brighton are a good team. I don't know if Bruno's going to do anything. And Neto as well. I'm thinking, hear me out, I'm thinking of putting Andres Pereira in for Neto. Like off the bench. Because Wolves are poor. Like really poor. And he plays as like a number 10. So maybe the number 10 role for Fulham. And then maybe they might even get a win. Which, running off that adrenaline from that Liverpool game, they could. So I might actually do that. You know what? I'll do that right now. I'm going to sub in Pereira for Neto there and put Neto first on my bench. But the main thing which I'm concerned about is Harry Kane and Reece James. Obviously, they're playing each other. And I'm not too confident Harry Kane's going to score. But then I'm not that confident that Reece James is going to get a clean sheet. So, what do? I don't know. But I'm going to go with this team because I don't want to take too many hits. I could trade Kane, but then I'd be getting like Vardy in or something, which is just stupid. I may as well keep Kane because Kane's got like 2 easy games after that. He's got Wolves and Nottingham Forest. And I may as well keep Reece James because after this he's got Leeds and then Leicester, 2 easy games for him as well. So I think it's quite a decent squad so far. And we'll see what kind of happens. The only players which I might change, I'm not going to change any of my Man Cities. I'm definitely not changing Arsenal's. I'm probably not going to change Liverpool because they've got Manchester. Although they've got Manchester United, but Manchester United are woeful. I might change Pedro Neto, but he is probably the best option at his price point. And Harry Kane, I'm probably going to keep because after this he's got Wolves and Nottingham Forest, like I said. And yeah, it's not a bad team, but we move and try and get at least 75 points next week. Right now, I am like 1.5 million overall. That's where I'm about now, which isn't great, I'll be honest. Is that Haaland thing I should have had, but we'll see what happens and we'll get into it next week when I see what points we get, and let's talk about it next week. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you, and I just want to say thank you so much.